Okay, I've been asked to make a video for Rockstar to show that I have problems with my nightclub warehouse technicians not accruing stock from the motorcycle club businesses like they should. First, to give a little background of the issue. 14 days ago, I got a defend product mission on my cocaine lockup business. I failed to defend this product, and the business was obviously, as the game does, shut down until you reset the business back up. So after re-establishing the business and setting it back up and getting it active, so the cocaine lockup here is the one that we are on about. So you can see it's active. It's been suspended now because there's no stock levels, but as you can see there are no supply levels, but there's stock. So supplies have been there and going through it. Stock's been accruing. So the business is working as should. And part of this video as well is also then a second business, which is again, it's suspended because there's no stock or supplies in the business, but it is an active business, and I will to resupply it now to show. But this business, 7 days ago I got a defend product mission on this this business, and this time I successfully defended my product and returned my product to the business. And since that business attack, this business is no longer linking with the warehouse technician at the nightclub and accruing stock like it should either. So as you can see, we've got full stock and supplies in the documents forgery, so this is suspended. So that's fine. This is suspended because it's full of stock, that's fine. And then we know these are all suspended because of no supplies. So it's these three here that we're going to focus on, with these two being the problem. We know there's going to be supplies in this, so we'll use, when we resupply this, we'll use the MetLab. And I'm going to choose the document forgery for my fourth technician, just to show that even though with full stock and level and suspended status, that it still actually does accrue stock at the nightclub even in this state. So we're going to leave the nightclub, and if he stands up, or sorry, we're going to leave the motorcycle club and head over to the three businesses now. Usually I would steal my supplies from my businesses so that I can gain maximum profits, which is generally what I think most people do. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to drive to each of the three businesses we have in question here, and I'm going to buy the supplies from them. So the three businesses are all together over here in the one nice little area for us, so we'll head over that direction now. So here we arrive at the cocaine lockup. So again, as you can see, bottom corner, there's product in the no supplies, but the staff are still working away and manufacturing, so that means there is supplies still left that are being worked on, so this business should still be an active business and not suspended. But anyway, we're going to enter the open road, and as I said, we would usually sell or steal our supplies so that it doesn't cost us and we get maximum profit, but we're going to buy the €75,000 or $1,000 worth of supplies. So a shipment of supplies is en route and we'll be at the business shortly. So we're going to leave the cocaine lockup now and head to the methamphetamine lab. So here we are at the methamphetamine lab. So again, as we can see in the bottom right corner, this time there's no product or no suppliers in this business. So we're going to log into the open road, and again, as I've done before, we're going to buy the suppliers instead of stealing them. So suppliers are on the way to the business. So we're going to go to our third business in this room. So that's the methamphetamine lab done, and we head to the counterfeit cache. So here we are at the counterfeit cache. And again, we've no product or no supplies. So we're going to log into the open road. And again, we're going to buy the supplies to save us some time. So we've got supplies on the way to this business too. So we've supplies, full supplies, €75,000 worth for each business, or $75,000, sorry, worth for each business. And we're going to now head back over to the motorcycle clubhouse. Okay, so here we are back at the motorcycle club, and as you can see, we've got the 3 text messages from LGAT saying our supplies that we've bought has arrived at the businesses. So we log back into the open road network once more in here. So as we can see now, the 3 businesses all have full supplies levels. The cocaine lockup has space to turn them supplies into stock, so that shouldn't be a problem. And as I said, the 4th business we're going to focus on is the one that's full stock, full supplies, and we know that this one is suspended because it's waiting for the stock to be sold. And as you can see, on these 3 are all active status. So businesses are supplied from motorcycle club side of things and are working as they should. So that's the motorcycle club businesses side of it dealt with, and as we can see, all the businesses in question and we're focusing on have supplies and are active, of course, barring the document forgery. So we're going to head back to the nightclub now. So here we are back at the nightclub, and I'm going to go to the nightclub management computer. So as we can see, all the stock, the warehouse at the nightclub is empty. So before I started this video, I sold everything that I had in my warehouse so that we can focus on just the 4 businesses we're going to focus on for the purpose of this video. So we're going to go to warehouse management, and as you can see beforehand, I also unassigned all technicians from their respective businesses. So we're going to go with our first problem business, which we're trying to show here, and the cocaine lab, and we're going to assign that technician to the South American imports, which should accrue stock from the motorcycle club cocaine business in the South American imports column on the home page. Next we're going to assign to cash creation, which is the second problem business. Our third technician, we're going to focus on the pharmaceutical research, which we just resupplied. And on the fourth one, as we said, we're going to focus on the full business, the suspended business of printing and copying. So that's our 4 warehouse technicians assigned. So now we should see stock accruing in our South American imports, our pharmaceutical research, our printing and copying, and our cash creation bars. So these are the 4 bars we should see rise with the technicians now assigned and should be accruing goods. So we're going to back out of that there, and we're going to leave this section of the video here. So this video was filmed, this part of the video was filmed at 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So our motorcycle club businesses have supplies and are working as they should, developing them supplies to stock or to products. We've an empty warehouse in the nightclub so that we can see exactly what is and isn't accruing stock, and we've assigned our technicians to each one of the areas that we want to focus on for the purpose of this video. So I'm going to head off now and have a couple of hours gameplay, and allow the motorcycle club businesses to convert that stock, and also to allow the technicians to accrue in the nightclub warehouse. So we'll check back in about 2 hours time with these businesses, and I'll talk to everyone then. Okay, so it's 4 p.m. Welcome back. We finished our last segment at 1:30 p.m. so 2.5 hours have passed since our last update, where we set everything up for this video. I'm Richard, Secure Reserve CEO. Sorry about that. So back to our motorcycle club and our nightclub. So here we are starting back at the nightclub. So 2.5 hours, and as you can see, the 4 bars we were focusing on is the South American imports, the pharmaceutical research, the printing and copying, and the cash creation. And as we can see, after 2.5 hours we have accrued stock in the printing and copying, which, remember, is the business that's suspended because of full stock and full supplies, and still happily accruing stock from the nightclub technician. Pharmaceutical research, we know, is an active business we supplied earlier on, and that is accruing stock as well. So our South American imports and our cash creation are still not accruing any stock from the counterfeit cash for the cash creation or the cocaine business for the South American imports. As you can see, we haven't changed any of them, we've just left them to do their jobs. And we've got 1 pharmaceutical research and 5 printed and copying in an hour and a half, or sorry, 2.5 hours. So that's the Nightclub. We know that is functioning there on 2 businesses and not functioning on 2 others at the moment. So we're going to go now and visit the motorcycle clubhouse and see how our businesses are getting on. So here we are back at the motorcycle clubhouse. Just a note as well that we haven't left this lobby. We've stayed in this lobby since we've done the last video, and we've been doing some secure reserve stuff. Just letting the motorcycle club businesses and the nightclub work away. So as we can see, the cocaine lockup now has full stock, and the methamphetamine lab and the counterfeit cash have used their supplies already. So we're going to pop back to the 2 of these businesses, and again, usually I would steal the supplies, but I'm going to buy the supplies again for both businesses just to show in this video the issue. Here we are back at the cash creation business. So as we can see, we had no value, no product, no supplies when we were here earlier. So you can see that the supplies we bought has turned to product. And now, as I said, we would usually steal them, but we're going to buy them again. Another 75,000 GTA dollars worth. And the supplies are on the way. So as we seen earlier on, about 5 minutes it takes for the supplies to arrive at the business. Well, that's the cash creation, and we're going to head back over and resupply the methamphetamine lab. And here we are back at the methamphetamine lab. And again, we know this was a business that had no value, no product or supply, so we can see again the supplies have turned to product, as the business should. So again, we are going to buy the supplies instead of stealing them for this video. And again, 5 minutes or so time and the supplies will be in the business. So that's our roundup after 2.5 hours. Took us about 10 minutes there to do that roundup. So we know now there is stock and supplies in the cocaine lab, there is stock and supplies in the methamphetamine lab, The cash creation business has stock and supplies, and we already knew that the forged documents business was full of both supplies and products before we started, and that's been steadily accruing still at the warehouse, while the active businesses of the cash creation and cocaine businesses haven't accrued anything as of yet after 2.5 hours. So I'm going to disband the motorcycle club again and leave that to businesses to work. Leave the nightclub to continue working, and I'm gonna head off and do some more secure reserve stuff while I'm waiting, and I will check back in with you in another couple of hours time just to give a detailed update on what the issue is and how the nightclub is not performing. So, welcome back, and it is now 6 p.m. So, 2 hours since last night, 4.5 hours since we originally started. And we are at the motorcycle clubhouse. So, as we can see, these both businesses haven't quite used their full levels of stock, but we will go to one more supply run for both the methamphetamine and the counterfeit cash lab. When we get to the nightclub, you'll see there's still no product accrued for these two businesses, yet these two are accruing fine. So what I'm going to do when we get back to the nightclub for the next 2 hour stint, I'm going to remove these two from the technicians in the nightclub, and I will assign the nightclub's technicians to this, the weed farm, and to my CEO cargo business, to show that other businesses are all working fine in the nightclub, just these two. So if we leave here, so we're off to the cash creation business. And here we are back at the cash creation business. And as we can see, again, the supplies have been turning the profit as the business should. So as we've seen throughout the day, the businesses are working just as they should. The motorcycle businesses are fine. There's no problem with them and how they work and generate their stock product. That's all. Everything's working fine on the side of the motorcycle club businesses. Again, as I said earlier, usually we would steal supplies, but I've bought the supplies there again just to speed this up to show the video of exactly what the issue is. So that's the cash, counterfeit cash done, and we will head to the methamphetamine lab and do the same. So here we are back at the methamphetamine lab. And again, when we would usually steal the supplies. I'm just going to buy them just to show for this video again on this final supply. And that's the methamphetamine lab done. So we're going to head back to our nightclub now. So here we are back at the nightclub. Let's have a look at the nightclub management computer. So after 4.5 hours of accruing, we have, as you can see, the pharmaceutical research and printing and copying starting to rise quite high up the stock bars. Cash creation and South American imports, as we can see, are still empty and not accruing any stock. We go to the warehouse management and you can see we've still got the same guys all on what we put them on earlier on. So these two guys I'm going to take off pharmaceutical research and put onto cargo shipments, and I'm going to take off photo and copying and put on organic produce. These changes should now see stock bars appear in the organic produce and cargo and shipping bars. We've still left our South American imports and cash creations technicians assigned, so we should still see stock appearing in these two bars where no stock has appeared in the last 4.5 hours of gameplay. So we're going to back out that and we're going to do one more run of a few hours to show that every other stock segment is working, and that it needs to be investigated why the South American imports and cash creation aren't. And I will talk to you again shortly. Today's third and final part of this video. So yesterday we done 4.5 hours gameplay. Today we're back for, it's now 4:30 PM. We've been online online lobby since about 2 PM, so about another 2.5 hours gameplay, so about 7 hours gameplay in total this video covers. So yesterday we done 2 supply runs and we kept an eye on what was happening with the nightclub warehouse technicians not accruing stock from the motorcycle club businesses. So we're back here at the motorcycle club warehouse, or clubhouse should I say, and as you can see still supplies left and them all working away, few waiting to be delivered. So everything's fine with these businesses, the motorcycle club businesses, as the individual businesses are working as they should. So we now head then down to our nightclub in the city. So here we are back at the nightclub. access the Nightclub computer. Now, as we can see, the two businesses that we have issues with, the cash creation and the South American imports, still after 7 hours of gameplay haven't accrued any stock. The two we used yesterday, as you can see, it did accrue stock yesterday, and as you can see, the organic produce and cargo shipments are the two I assigned last night before I went off, have accrued stock over the 2.5 hours I've been on today. So everything is working fine, bar the South American and cash creation imports are not accruing stock in the Nightclub. We go, and as you can see, we've still all on the correct technicians, all assigned to where they were, haven't changed them. So this is the problem, Rockstar, that this South American imports and the cash creation in the Nightclub warehouse are not accruing stock from what we've already seen as the active and working motorcycle club businesses. As you can see, we got to sell goods in 7 hours of gameplay. The Nightclub warehouse has accrued $38,000 worth of goods, and the Nightclub itself in the same period it's made a maximum amount possible of $70,000. So that's $108,000 the Nightclub has made me in 7 hours gameplay. To put that into perspective, starting with one of the lowest businesses, or the lowest business, the documents forgery office, costs about a total of $2 million to buy the business and completely upgrade it, and will return you on a 7 hour gameplay a value of about $130,000 every 7 hours. What do you want? I'm doing, you're what? Yeah, I'm doing something. Go into your room and I'll get you something in a minute, I said. I'll call you. And then if we go to the top earning mode, or the top earning top of the most expensive motorcycle club business, so $3.2 million to set up the cocaine lab again and fully set it up, and a 7 hour gameplay returns you about 400,000 GTA dollars. We move on then, you say comparison to a CEO business. So if you were to buy the CEO office and then do completely upgrade that and buy the vehicle warehouse, cost you about $4.5 million to $5 million, and in a 7 hour gameplay can return you up to about 80 or $1.8 million profit in a 7 hour gameplay. So as you see, the price and the cost of setting up and establishing the businesses go up, the return out of them also rises. With this Nightclub, I have already invested about 16 million into this Nightclub, in buying the Nightclub, decorating the Nightclub, setting up motorcycle club businesses, buying motorcycle club businesses, setting up motorcycle club businesses so that they can link into this business that Rockstar calls the most integrated and sophisticated money earning possibilities in GTA yet. So I've spent about 16 million between that and the delivery vehicles to do my deliveries from the warehouse. I also plan to put about another 5 million into completing the warehouse levels. There's a couple to get, and there's also equipment upgrades to be done here, and a couple of equipment upgrades to be done in the motorcycle club businesses. So all in all, It's cost me between the nightclub, the delivery vehicles, and setting up 3 of the motorcycle club businesses. I didn't have to be able to have the full range of connectivity through the nightclub. It's gonna cost about 21 million in total. So for a business that costs 21 million and is only returning 108,000 per 7 hours of gameplay, there is a serious issue, and this is the issue I need you to sort out, Rockstar. Not, as you can see, if I back out of here, I'm rank 300. Well, it's not showing me now because I'm in a motor club. I'm rank 300. There you go, rank 366. If I go to my stats, career, general, time played as a character of over 55 days gameplay put into this game. I've been playing it since day one release on the PS3. I've cleared the cache. I've shut down and reset up the businesses. I've unassigned and left the businesses, or the technicians unassigned in the warehouse from them for a period of time before reassigning them. I know all the quick fixes in the game, well, the glitch quick fixes in the game. I've done them. I want Rockstar now to realise that I don't want a support agent that's going to tell me to do them all again without reading my ticket that to see I've done them before. I don't want a support agent that automatically assumes I'm looking for money back for a product destroyed in a raid on a motorcycle club business. My issue is with the nightclub. I've spent over 21 million, well, I've spent over 16 million, what will become 21 million on a business that should be generating the most money out of all the businesses I own. It's generating 108 grand every 7 hours of gameplay. That is not right, and I need this fixed, Rockstar. Thank you.